So what's up to everybody out there? I hope everyone's doing absolutely fantastic. In this video, y'all, we're going to be going over the Tactile knives Rockwall. And if that is something you are into, stick around for the rest of the video, y'all. Let's go. So what's up to everyone? My name is Ace with Carolina Cutlery and Gear. If you're into knives and gear, but mainly knives, this is the channel for you. So definitely hit subscribe so you can be notified, and go check out some of my other videos as well. And yes, I did get a haircut. As you can plainly see, if you've seen any of my other videos, or if you're new to this channel, I had long hair before. If you see some of those other videos, I shot those last year and part of this year, and I just recently cut my hair, because what I normally do is I film a whole bunch of videos and then I edit them and try to put them out as quickly as I can, which obviously everyone's time is limited. So the whole point of all that gurgly gobbly is that yes, I did cut my hair. You have come to the right channel. It is the same guy. And to my 13 subscribers out there, thank you. It's greatly appreciated. Every little subscription counts and view, so I do greatly appreciate that. It's really cool, so thank you to y'all out there. So y'all, as I said earlier, this is the Tactile Knives Rockwall, and if I fuck the name up and say Rockwell, you know, it's some, I think that was some type of a model back in the day, so my brain is kind of associating that with that model. But this is the Tactile Knives Rockwall. All titanium on this. Mine is the MagnaCut version that I have here. Just a really, really gorgeous, gorgeous knife. This has a huge cult following in the knife community. It just has had a big impact on the knife community. Of course, Tactile knives also makes pins. They are, you know, their mission statement is they are a Texas machine shop that specializes in pins and now is making knives. And they're doing a great job at it. I really love this knife. Initially, when I got it in hand, I didn't really know. It actually took me about 2 weeks or so to really determine if I was going to keep this knife. Because if you buy this knife brand new, it's around $300. It's not around, it is $300. So $300-ish landed at your door. Now, of course, y'all know me. Anything in that $300 range and above, I'm going to auction to find a really great deal out there, just because I don't want to have buyers regret, remorse, spending $300+ on a knife that maybe I just don't connect with or vibe, and then I'm stuck with the fucking knife. And the mosquitoes are coming out, because when I was filming a lot of those videos in the past, some of it was in summer, but some of it was done in winter, so that was lucky there. But I'm seeing some skeeters in the air. You know how much I hate them skeeters. But anyways, back to the price point, y'all. So this is around $300, definitely landed at your door. I bought mine at auction for around $230, landed at my door. So I'm really, really happy about that. It came with all the box and the proper certificate of authenticity, which I have right over there. Let me go grab it. So all Tactile knives, the Rockwall, are going to come in, this knife especially is going to come in this little box here with that branding. If the camera will focus, come on baby, focus for me, focus. The branding right there, and their logo comes, you know, with this little foam insert here, and there is your cert of authenticity, the person who checked it and what year. I don't know why that's not focusing, but whatever. And of course the back side of it. This was obviously an older. This was out last year. It was 1/22/22. Moving forward, they have the QR code on there, and I believe that's just for them, the knife company, for their tracking purposes and various other things, I believe. Which I reached out to customer service regarding the QR code when they started to implement that. And I'm going to get to that customer service piece because it's really important for y'all to know about Tactile Knife Co., the customer service that I've experienced and the things that I've also heard in the knife community. So y'all, this knife overall is a 7-inch knife. It's a 2.78 or 2.8 ish knife, and it's the 4-inch handle. Titanium on this bad boy. Love the milling work. Let me see if it'll focus, baby. Focus. It will. Get in there. Get it to focus real fast for us. Damn camera. You get all state-of-the-art shit and it poops on you. There it is. All that beautiful milling on here. Just great machine work there. Absolutely love it. Jimping on the backside there, as you can see, it's got a very thin blade stock, which makes this very slicey. I mean, extremely slicey blade. Magna cut steel on mine. You can also get this in 20 CV. There are variations of this knife too. There's like some special editions. There's a space. There's a safety first version that has like an orange handle. Some other special type of handles and additions on there. Now those are going to run you $400-ish. That is a lot of money when you're starting to buy, when we're talking about the custom knives and custom knives. That puts, there's a whole lot of other designers and knife manufacturers out there that are in that 400-ish range, as well as the 300 to also look at. So that's something to think about when you are making the decision to buy this knife. That is why for me, as I smack the microphone, that is why for me, as I said earlier, just to reiterate that point, is when it starts to hit 300 and 400 for me, not to pick on Tactile Knife Company, is I will start to look at auction. Because there are people that buy knives all the time and they'll reduce it by 150, you know, dibble dabble, put the best offer out there. So that's just something to think about once again when you're buying this knife. Again, y'all, this knife is very slicey. Absolutely fantastic edge retention on this Magna cut. This knife just plows through about anything I've cut with this. I don't have any cutting footage. I will start to try to incorporate that. I have other videos that I'm doing, you know, cutting rope and boxes and things like that, to do a little show and tell, but mainly I don't have any footage for this knife, you know, cutting and such. And there's a lot of folks out there on the internet that have the cutting tests with this Rockwall. I was about to say Rockwell again, Rockwall. So check out those videos so you can, you know, see this knife in action. And again, y'all, I bought this used. The person who had it took excellent care of it. This thing is still very, it is so sharp, y'all. It is just very sharp. It's got a nice tip on it too. Really nice pointy tip on it. Just a great knife. And I have some knives that I'm going to show this, you know, compare it so you guys can have, guys and gals out there can have a little comparison as well. Before I do that, I want to talk about the action on this. Boy. Okay, and I haven't had a lot of thumb stud knives in a while. I have a few in my collection, but not that I really ever carry around. That's why I was kind of a little hesitant with this knife. But the way it's designed, as you can see, right in there with that little rivet, it's on the other side too, whether you're left or right. It's just natural that your thumb goes in there and flicks right up. It is just got fantastic action. The detent on mine is dialed in. It's just the detent. I'm stuttering here because I'm so excited. The detent on this knife is just so good. As you can see, look at that. Just drops down beautifully, pops open great. And I'm not even the lefty, and I can still lefty it out. Dialed in, absolutely dialed in. The pocket clip is fantastic. deep carry pocket clip on it. Just fits beautifully in my work pants and really whatever type of clothing I'm wearing. It just fits so beautifully in my pocket. The action, y'all, all I can say is once you get one of these in your hand, you're gonna love the action. But I gotta add this little point and other thing regarding this knife, the action and the quality. So y'all, my decision-making process in buying this knife, of course, because, you know, obviously it's, you know, an expensive knife. Of course, I've combed YouTube to look at other people that have owned this knife, if they had any problems and things of that nature. There are several knife channels that I follow, and I really respect their opinion on knives and how it worked out for them and QC and all that. Knife Nerdery is one of them. Again, Erica's EDC, that's her new channel name. It used to be Not Your Average EDC, and Stasa 23. Those three, especially those videos, stuck out with me big time. All three of them had QC issues, okay? I'm not gonna talk about Stasa 23 because he didn't have as big as issues as Erica's EDC and Knife Nerdery. They both had very big issues in regards to this Tactile Rockwall deployment. The bearings on Knife Nerdery fell right out. It broke on his review. So go check out that video as well. He's got a lot of information and insight with other knives out there, and this knife especially. Erica's EDC, she had the same problem with the action being shitty, the knife being fucking very, very, very dull. All those issues were addressed though by Tactile Rockwall, or Tactile company. So they did make it right with those folks, and then they did review this knife on their channel after they got a functioning, working knife. I'm blessed, you know, I really am, that this knife just came perfecto, just absolutely perfect. It just, there's nothing wrong with this knife for me at all. I'm gonna name one negative thing about this knife later on in this video, and it's just that one negative thing. I promise it's not two or three, like sometimes I say, because my mind wants to nitpick shit when it comes to knives and gear, just like we all do, because nothing's perfect, right? This is perfect for me. There's just one thing, and that's it, and it's not even about this knife aesthetically or functioning. So that'll be later on in this video. Again, y'all, I can't express enough the fidget factor and the loveliness of this knife. Again, it is not that big. It's 7 inches overall. It is just a perfect EDC knife. The lockup is just fucking money. Of course, again, I say this in every single knife video, so if it gets tiresome, I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep saying it over and over. Any knife can be used for a personal defense tool. This has that. And normally, a lot of knives that are all metal, especially if they don't have any type of milling or texturing on it, they can be very slick in the hand. Because this knife has that milling on it, it makes it very grippy in my hand, as well as that jimping on the back of the spine there. You can just really get up on it for obviously cutting tasks, flip it over, and you can get a little bit more of those slicey precision cuts. And then if you do need to use this knife for defense purposes, you have that the type of grip for that little pokey action there. Man, I wish I was Hawaiian. Poke. No, I do wish I was Hawaiian. I don't know where I was going with that. Sounds a little Hawaiian there, a little pokey action. If necessary, hopefully not. This knife fits so beautifully in my pocket, as I said earlier, with that deep carry pocket clip. Just secures great. Just really does. I can't even feel this thing in my pocket. And as you can see, y'all, I'm in my work attire, polo shirt, and those usual polyester-esque type pants that I wear at work. This just fits just so beautifully in my pocket. This is my work carry knife since I bought it. My normal work knife is and has been that MKM, which I'm going to compare it with, you know, side by side, so we can do a little show and tell. That MKM Asanzo and the Boker Quake and Stubby. Those are usually my main work knives in that Ruffian, but that Ruffian's a little too big. If I carry that Ruffian, I have to have a small secondary small knife on me, because, you know, sometimes the people that I work with, they're not, you know, knife friendly people. So know your audience, as I say, know your audience. So that's why I carry two knives if I rotate those around. But since I bought this, I've been carrying it every single day to work. This is my new work knife, and I don't see it being replaced at all, because this is just not a scary knife. And as I said before, y'all, it is, you know, has a large blade for a work-esque environment, but it's just such a non-threatening knife, as well as it just looks, you know, kind of like a piece of jewelry, you know, just a fine piece of gear with that milling and the titanium on it, and just the quality of it. It just looks like just a non-threatening knife. So yeah, there it is. This has been my work knife since I've bought it, and I don't see it leaving my side whatsoever for you know, bringing it to work and using it. Just a beautiful accompaniment to my other multi-tool I have, which I'm going to share a video about my work gear, the things that I rock at work, and maybe that you can incorporate that into your collection as well. But let me pull out some other knives so we can do a little comparison and do a little show and tell. So y'all, here is the Bokey Pokey, the Boker Quaken Little Stubby. Obviously it's much, let me get into focus there, much smaller, but a great little office carry knife as well. But as you can see, the Rockwall is much longer of a knife. They have about the same blade stock on it. Great knife once again, y'all. This is a fantastic knife. I got to do a video on this. I think I have the video, but I think it sucked, so I have to reshoot it again. But there you go, Boker Little Quaken with the Tactile Rockwall. Okay, and here is the 10 out of 10 Ruffian. About the same length. Blade width is obviously much wider on it. Same length. Again, look at just how slim and beautiful this Tactile Rockwall is next to this Ruffian. 10 out of 10 on this Ruffian, y'all. Go get that thing. And we'll do my score on this, but it's damn near, it's pretty much perfect. So here is the Ruffian. Let's get that blade stock next to it. As you can see, this is they're both very slicey. This is a very slicey blade. This is such a slicey blade too. This thing plows through anything I put in front of it. So let me go grab another knife so we can do some more comparison. And here is that MKM Asanzo. Beautiful ergos on this bad boy. Obviously a much smaller knife, wider once again on it. It's got that jimping on the spine, just like the Tactile Rockwall. Materials, obviously, with this Tactile Rockwall are going to be much more superior with the titanium and the steel, but that's all very debatable. Titanium's not debatable, but the knife blade steel, that can be debatable depending on how you're using it, so on and so forth, and the environment and things you throw at that knife to cut and such. So there's your MKM. Okay, last but not least, y'all, this knife is very similar to the Tactile Rockwall with materials used and all that, but obviously they are not the same. This is a 10 out of 10, and please go check out the video on this Monterey Bay knife slayback. So you got your slayback. It's got that titanium handle and materials, just like the Rockwall. Obviously a much wider blade. And of course, the slayback has a much more wicked looking blade. You know, to the average person, yes, it's going to be very wicked. To us knife folks out there, it's very standard and average to see a knife like this. I love that slayback. Go check the video out on the slayback. There's your blade stock there. Both slicey blades. I love this knife. Oh, love this knife. Great knife. But as you can see, y'all, these are extremely similar. So there y'all go. Slayback, Rockwall. So y'all, again, for the third time, sorry if it's the, you know, same shit on repeat. The fidget factor on my knife, that on this Rockwall, just beautiful. Fires out fantastically. Love the thumb stud deployment. I didn't think I was gonna love it, but I do. Mine was dialed in. Again, there are others that have really complained about QC when it came to this knife here, especially for the cost. I can see why people were pissed off and annoyed. I know Erica in that video, she was really fucking disappointed because A, it was a gift, but B, you know, she really knows her stuff when it comes to blade steels, knives, and gear, and she really put it to him in that video. So go check her video out as well. This isn't a diss on the company. Shit, quality control is a fucking thing with all the brands. So, and they are a very small company. As I said, they're a small machine shop out of Texas. I believe it's in Dallas. I'm actually almost certain it's in Dallas, is where they're manufactured. And they started off as a pin company, making all titanium pins. I'm pretty sure they're titanium, probably some aluminum in there, and things of that nature. This thing locks up, y'all, though. Just no back and forth, no side to side. Great office knife. If you're looking for a great EDC office knife, look no further. This Tactile Rockwall is going to be your new best friend in your cubicle or your actual office if you have one. So y'all, I want to talk about the customer service aspect, okay? Now, it's just a thing, okay, that kind of bothers me, and I'm just going to put it out there, okay? That is something that they need to work on. Stasa 23, as I said before, he has, you know, he did a test on this knife, and he had issues with his knife. It took forever, apparently, to get a new knife back to him, as well as the communication apparently was rather slow as well. That's a major bummer, especially when you're spending $300-ish on a knife. And I told you, y'all, they have some other limited editions that are $400. So it's like $400-ish dollars, what you're spending on that knife. So to be quite honest with you, you need to have, the customer service needs to be there. If I hit you up on Instagram, if I email you, whatever it may be, the response needs to be within a day at least, a day or two. Now I understand once again that they're a small American made knife company, but I'll just be honest with you, that is not an excuse for bad customer service, because I have plenty of knives in my collection that I have purchased. Gosh, that bird is really going there. Well, the show will go on. I cannot stop nature, and that's what you get when you film in the great outdoors. So let me breathe in that nice H2O and hear that beautiful song just blasting my ear off, and y'all. So anyways, so my point is, the customer service needs to be there. I have reached out to many American knife made companies, and the customer service is like right there. Like on Instagram, I'll hit them up and they'll respond right away. Yes, we can do this. Yes, this is our policy. We can do that. So Tactile, if you're watching this video, which I'm sure you probably are not, but if you are, or somebody that works at the company, just hire somebody that can focus on your social media / customer service requests through email, as well as staying up on the IG page with the messaging service and the Facebook and all that, because people really need to have answers, especially when they're paying $300 to $400 for a product. So, which brings me back to that one negative thing about this knife, and it has nothing to do with this knife aesthetically whatsoever, materials or anything like that. My biggest problem with this knife is I do believe it's overpriced. I do believe it's overpriced. This knife needs to be $200 all fucking day on their website. Maybe $215 at the highest, $220, but nothing above that. Just nothing above that. Now I know materials are increasing in cost due to our current logistical situation of getting materials and transport and everything that goes along with that. Transports equals higher gas prices, oil, things of this nature. So I get it. Plus you're a small company, so it's probably much harder to pump these knives out. But still, again, there's other American knife companies out there that they get their price point to a level where it draws in a different consumer base. So that's my only problem with this knife, and I'm sure a lot of people may disagree with me on that, and that's great. That's what opinions are about, and that's what this dialogue is about, and that's what conversation is about, and that's what free speech is all about. So yeah. So y'all, once again, I'm gonna just bring it on home for us here. Just give us a quick little summary and be out so you can watch more knife videos on YouTube. 7-inch overall. It's the Tactile Rockwall. 7 inches overall, titanium. Mine's Magna Cut. You can also get this in 20 CV. My knife came extremely sharp and is still sharp. I'm really happy with the sharpness and the blade retention. I absolutely love the action. It's absolutely dialed in. This is a absolutely fantastic fidget knife. You are gonna love it, especially if yours is dialed in. Again, I would highly recommend, if you really want to get this knife, or if you're a baller like that and you want to spend $300, go get that thing. But if you're, on the fence and you don't know, then I would definitely go to auction and see if you can find a deal. These are all over eBay all the time. Find a reputable seller, somebody that's got high seller ratings and has high seller ratings, and possibly a return policy if that's something that you're needing. So I would shop on eBay to find this knife so you can save some money. Pocket clip, absolutely fantastic. Fits in the pocket just absolutely beautifully. Just such a great knife. Can't even feel it on you. Just a great knife. Aesthetically, it is so beautiful. Just a classic design. Absolutely classic design. It's got that beautiful kind of Bowie spear point vibe going on here. Just gorgeous fucking knife. Again, fidget factor all day. And I really didn't think I was gonna like the thumb stud deployment on this thing, and I just love it. Once you get that action going on and you figure it out, it's great. And again, I'm not even a lefty, and I can still get it there. Love it. Just absolutely love this knife. And I haven't been consistent enough with a lot of my YouTube videos in terms of my ranking scale and my 10 out of 10 and such. This is a 10 out of 10 all day long. If it was a 9 out of 10, it's only because the price point is just, it's too pricey. It's way too expensive. I think it should be $220, $225 tops. That's even pushing it. But if they could get it down that price point range, they would really touch on another consumer base for sure. They really would. But that's just me. That's why I went to auction with this knife. And yeah, I'm very happy with this knife. So I'm not going to be a prick and say 9 out of 10. I will say this is definitely a 10 out of 10. As a knife, the action, beautiful. Pocket clip, great. Slicey blade, sharp. Edge retention, fantastic. It's got everything that I would look for in a knife, and especially for an office carry knife. It fits everything that I look for in an office carry knife. And I'm really, really happy about this knife. So Tactile Co., because they're a pen company first, but Tactile Knife Co., great job on this blade design. I'm really, really digging my knife. It's just worked out fantastically for me, and I'm really happy to that seller who took great care of this knife and sent it to me right away. The shipping was great. Many blessings to that fellow or her. I don't know if it was a he or her, but I'm really happy about this knife, y'all. Again, this is the Tactile Knives Rockwall. So yeah. So the knife, y'all, again, is the Tactile Rockwall. Tactile Knife Company also makes some fixed blades now. They just put out a new access, kind of like an access bar lock-esque knife. I forgot what they're calling that. You have to get on a waiting list for that. They have several different fixed blades, as I said before. They have the Bexar, which again, the Rockwall is the name of a city or a town in Texas, and Bexar is I believe a city and a county as well in Texas. So there's a little knife knowledge for you there. So once again, y'all, my name is Ace with Carolina Cutlery and Gear. If you're liking this knife video, please hit subscribe. Go check out some of my other videos as well and have a good laugh and all that good stuff. And I hope everyone has a absolutely fantastic day out there. Again, the knife channel is Carolina Cutlery and Gear. If you're into knives and gear, and mainly knives, this is the channel for you. So definitely hit that subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. So my name is Ace once again. Don't forget to smile. Make somebody else smile too, y'all. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.